trade examples of trades for my set and forget strategy. All right, we have to remember counter trend, back to power area, and with trend we go to the next cycle, the next leg down. So for example, this was a move down, this is a move back up. I'm just measuring from the lowest to the high point again. If we enter short in here, we target this. Matches up nicely. It doesn't always hit, but that's the general idea. And back to power would be counter trend here, going back up to the power area here. So boom, boom. Right, let's outline some trades. And I assume you know about the strategy already, because this video is not about that. This video is just about trade examples. We had power here, created the same blow. Let's change the color of this, it goes faster. Yeah, that works. We had power here. Price comes back up to this point, touches this area here, and sort of like this, and we extend the way down. Right, and it's like 1.5 or something probably. This one, this is also the same trade. One rule is no more than one trade per level. So this is a counter trend, a trade that fails, or power is on the other side here. Okay, it fails. Really, fails, right? Again, another retrace here. No power symbol here. This one, long back to power, like this, and it also fails. But notice this move here. I'm sure it's gap is strength, top of gap is top. So here and here is this move, and if we let's use this box, let's measure with this box, like this and like this, and then oh yeah, we can do that. It fails also. Okay, it fails, and let's see, because we have +5 here and 3 - 3, it doesn't really matter, right? And let's just keep moving on. Goes back up. This should be power. Harami is stop. It's not a force entry. It's a stop. It's not an entry. Harami, small. The smallest pinball ever. Yeah, right. So 4, and it goes back above. Next power here. Let's see. We can copy this. Here, right? Yeah. So we back down to 0, and we got this. Well, at this point, this one fails and it creates another entry. So, yeah, I guess so. 1 per area. So, yeah, 1, and this fails at the green bar, and then when the white bar closes, it's an engulfing bar, and we enter again back to power, which we had here, probably here somewhere. And it goes back to 1, 3, 1, 4. Right. So I'm doing this quite quickly now, just because don't want to be taking all day. This is where the high originates from. You see previous high, resistance, previous high, higher high, origin here. This is a power area. Haram is no entry, engulfing bar. And the padding, of course, like usual. And with this is against trend, so target is here, 1.1. Let's see, 1.2. Let's do that. and reversal, back to power. Power is here or here. Power is here. Yes. And yeah, let's see. So we are now up to something, and this reacts here, and this is a with trend movement, because we had strength here, this bar, right? And its cutoff is wrong. No, it's not wrong. Yes, it's wrong. Cutoff is wrong on there. Let me fix that. Now let's see. Yeah, cutoff barely made that, but anyway, I think this one will fail. Yeah, it will fail. Let's take a 1 minus 1, like this, and then we have a power up, new high, no entry. It's not forced price action. New high, same swing, down, back up again. This, I suppose this could fail. Depends on average bar size, right? You'd think I'm doing this on purpose, but if you look at the average size of all the bars, this is, even if I just go really short, that's not it, right? So it still is higher, and against the trend, this is the power, so we get +1. Or let's take this, just this one, and yeah, and then we have a reversal here that fails, I suppose, and this is the way it will look for quite some time. When it ranges, it doesn't really perform well, but when it starts trending and pulses nicely like this, then results start coming. No entry here, and we break down, new area, really, and back up and back down, touches the area. Well, let's add it for good measure, because let's test this out if this holds. So this breaks, this fails. Now we have this area as well. Because we have this entry, then this area must be valid. Are these touching? Too low. Too low, yes, too low. Not high enough. When this fails, this entry, yes. Question is, where's the power here? Probably. Power here, down, 1 up. No, the power is here. And it's 1.8. Let's grab one of those. To copy text, by the way, in MT4, you just hold down Control and double click, and you can select it. And you hold down Control, you create another copy of whatever you used. So here again, ranging action, and this will result in some poor result for this strategy, but when it ranges, it's ranges. So we have pretty much, we have this area now, because yeah, as an extension of this. So here we touch again, but it's not an entry, harami. Here again, too high, but because this touches this, then this is an interesting area now. If an area goes back down to the low, then it has the same strength as this. So this question is not high enough. This one is, but it's not an entry formation. This is not an entry, let's see. Harami and engulfing. This is an entry, and this is the target. Let's see if that works. And yeah. And what's that? 1.2. And because that was the power, we have to mark that. We have to mark that as well. And this, that's like even hard to see. I don't think it's high enough. No. And this entry. The thing is with this, if this is the power, and this is higher up, and it's not touching either, this area or the spikes. It's just too high. I mean, it's like this is the high, right? You're not entering here because this will be a problem, like this. But if this is the area here and you're entering here, same area, that works. So it has to be either like this. So it has to be touching this formation to be interesting. Otherwise, it's too high and creating a new high. Then this would be the power up. Or it has to touch the low for a bounce down. That's the way it is. A new high pulls down, and this area is interesting though. And this is a width trend entry, because you see above. So this is not a target. And it goes down to this. And add it on top. It's like 1.5. So anytime we go with the trend, you see it hits, right? It's like 5, +5. Easy. Anytime it starts trending, it starts winning. And I will add more shortly. And yeah, and I'm back. So obviously we have this long here. Let me just check. Yeah, so we have this long here, and then there's a short positions, and this short, it fails obviously also. And let's just copy this. What I notice is often the counter trend entries. Oh wait, does this even? This is not even a trend. This is not trade, because look, we don't even have distance to the cutoff here. It's not. You see, cutoff. It's below the point. So this is not a trade, and maybe it will come later though. Maybe it will come here. This. Nope. I'm sorry. No. Oh, short. And then we have, we're going up, and this is nothing. This is the top though, right? And let's see. We have this line, and this is the short counter move, and average size, and we have like 1, 2, and it looks like it hits, right? Definitely hits there. Is this hitting or not? Yeah. No comment. Yeah, well. So yeah, as we go along, as price develops, as this top is created, it goes down and comes back. When it goes down this far, then this can be outlined, and when price later comes back, we can use this one. And because this is created by this, we now have another point here that later on trades can be taken from. See, from this, and this is the entry, and this is also a reverse trade, because it's below should be down. If we are going a long way. So pretty much the reversal trades, you see this here, it's at the, it just, see the spike. This one here, pretty much almost every time when there's a reversal trade, it's like risk reward is 1, 1.2, 1.1, but and they end up failing. Sometimes like this we have a winner, and that's nice. And no, it's actually more. Let's do this. And that's quite some positions. So let's go back and talk about them again. Let's go back before somebody calls my phone. I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, we started here. So now to have these, we can zoom in a bit. Let me just check one thing. Yeah. As this area was created, when we came down to the same low, we have a retrace, and this is not the entry. I made a mistake before, but definitely this is the entry, and that's what happens. But as you see, it's 2 times and the same target. It's pretty much the same results, almost 5. I'm not trying to make something out of nothing here. And you see how close this is. And notice this one we don't have a cutoff correctly. The first few Fibonacci's were misaligned. Cutoff is below, it should be below here. And if I'm taking this position or not, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I would aim for this, or maybe I just wouldn't take it because of the huge gap. There's no rule about that for this particular system, but generally, price action, you don't do this. You do go short here though, and that's a counter move. It should hit this one. Why does that say it failed? You see, I made mistake again. And this should not fail. This is a counter move. Yeah, it's plus 1.5 pretty much. And I'm not trying to make it work. I'm trying actually to break it. I'm trying to make it not work, because that's more interesting to me to see that it does not work. So we have this low here. We have a new low. And notice I select the pin. This is the lowest pin because we have a new pin here, but it doesn't close lower than this previous pin. So this is what the important area. That's what I base it on. And I'll do this. This is enough. Generally rejection area. And if we come here again, we'll use it likewise like this. This short entry should not be there either. It's an Arami, but let's leave the -1 because I'm trying to break the system, right? -1. Yeah. 5.1 minus +5. We got +6.5, +5.5, and -1 plus 4.5, 3.5, 2.5 with this. We have right now +2.5 total. And with this one, this is a counter move. This is where power is. And pretty much like this, huh? So we have 4 times here, as you see. Well within 4. It's this one. And 4, and then we have 6.5. And then we have, let's get the calculator going. 2, 7.7 with this one. Counter move back up to this area. Where does this go actually? It should go here. This should not be 1. It should be 1 at the most. Let's remove the 0.5, 7.5 up. So because this was the area that created a new high, this is now important. That's why we have the other one. You see? If I outline this, you see that it touches here. And then we have the engulfing formation, and this is pretty much the area that I would target here. And it's a reversal position, and again aiming for 1 something. Again, a reversal here. 1 point what? Yeah, this area. I suppose this one. That's no, that's a failure. -1, and then another minus. This one is not a failure. This is a +1. So these two take each other out. We're still at 7.5 up. And this is the area. This is the same high, and we close straight through this high. The reason I don't take a trade here is because we still have a trade here. Right? Still have this position on until this bar goes through. And when this bar goes through, we have to create a new area for to enter price, to enter a short, right? We can't just, because it's not forced price action. If it was forced price action, I would enter long on this. But anyway, so we have this new area, back down, back up again, and this pin, right? And naturally, when you see this formation here, go down, go back up with a pin, I'm not gonna put the stop right here. There's no way I'm putting a stop here with this pin like this. There's no way I'm putting a stop 2 pips above or 3 pips above, nothing like that. I'm putting the average bar size above like this. And with this example, I'm making this work, but I only get 1 extra. And let's see, with this, now we have 1 8.5 with this, and -1 still at 7.5 with this, and then as this fails, we start breaking down. So we're at 7.5. Let's just put it down here. 7.5. We're at 7.5 at this point. And see, price goes down, stops, huge rejection, comes back up. Eventually stops here and comes back. When we come back to this point, that's when this is outlined, and we can't use it for anything before that. And now we come here, and this is asking for it as well, and it fails. So I'm trying to make this work, and it does not work. -1, and it fails here. Wait, here it fails, and then we have another entry here, so 1.8. And so +1, and we have 8.3 at this point. And so we're still at the same level, trying to go counter, trying to target this. And this area here, this is too low. You see how this area, these are too low. It's some distance between, right? See, it's up. It's 40 or 4 pips. Oh no, it's 40 pips up. So it's too low to enter here. But we use this, and we go down, down, and now that we have this area outlined because of this, we could enter here, but this is an Harami formation, spinning top, and this is not an engulfing. This is a morning star, but no. Even if we would use the morning star formation, we would target this and we would hit it, and we would get 0.8 more. But I didn't add it, so let's not add it, because it's not. Let's try to make it not work, yeah. And we have 8.3 with this. What else do we have? Did we have more charts? Yeah, 8.3 and then 1.2 with this one, for a total of 9.5. And then we have a 5er, 13.5 R with this. And you start seeing how how this racks up. I can do this all day. I can do this on a blind chart. I can do this bar by bar, and because that's just the way it is. And I was thinking before, maybe I shouldn't take the counter trend moves at all. Maybe they only fail. Maybe that's the case. Maybe, I don't know, because it's the trending trade moves like this +5 that really make the bank. Yeah. Then again, I don't know that. And this is not a trade because lack of R. It's below 80%. And then we have this, and we have this, and then we have this, and we have this, and yeah, and then we have this, and we have this again. This hits this, and we can enter here, and we have this as a target. and it fails. And then we have a breakdown, and we have this high area. We have, because this hits target here, we can enter again here. Counter move to this point. Yeah, for 1-1. So these two take each other out. And this hits target here, and here we can re-enter again for a counter move of, what is it, 1.5. So this sequence of 3 trades is plus 1.5 additional, so it would be up to 15 plus R. And it goes on, and here I could, maybe I would enter short here because retrace into the area, but there's no signal to go short. And no signal here really either. Bottom, no signal, goes up, goes through, straight through, goes back up. This is not good enough to enter because it is not a big enough retrace up and then down. And it goes on and on and on and on. And this was some examples of the logic behind trades done with the set and forget method. And I hope you learned something from this.